So once again, I come into the studio and it take me like an hour and a half to click the live button, you know. And what's the navigating dumb people in life, right? So this one is going to be a little bit more broad than what I was discussing yesterday. And I like what I was discussing yesterday. You know what I'm saying? I think it was very informational. You know, I think anything that I give up here is very informational. I want to say this. Um, this is why it's important, right? I want let me present it like this, okay? So we hear about this age of Aquarius. Some people debate and say we're not fully in the age of Aquarius. Some of us say we're still in the Piscean age, the way the energy is going. Some people say we're fully in the age of Aquarius and all these different type of things. Some people have argued and tried to say that people in the 70s were very Aquarius and all this kind of shit. Even though I don't agree with that at all. And all this type of shit. We can go on and on and on. But here's the bigger picture that must be seen. All right. The bigger picture is that we are in a time, right, where people are more posing and clony than ever. But nothing is ever, 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 and I mean this from my heart. Nothing is ever, ever new under the sun. Okay? Nothing is ever new. Okay, I think I see what's going on here under the sun. That means that we have been had people who were clony, and we had people who were phony, and we had people who were posers longer than what we may have realized. And I think in life, we have come to realize that they exist in who they are. And so therefore, it's it calls for more of being yourself amongst people. It calls for more leaning into yourself amongst people. Okay? Do you understand what I mean? I'm saying that when you are into the things that you are into, you wholeheartedly be into the things that you are into, and you wholeheartedly be who you are. Let's say you're deep into quantum leaping. Like, let's just say that. Let's say you really into quantum leaping. That's your shit. And so, therefore, you're into quantum leaping, and you're finding yourself while you're into quantum leaping. That's what you talk about. That's what you study. That's what you write about. That's what you have books on. You go back into the 700s, okay, when people was when it first was discovered, and you talk about quantum leaping. And let's say you meet somebody, and all you talk about is more quantum leaping. That's how you meet them. That's how you talk to them. That's what y'all talk about. And the moment that person is not wanting to talk about that with you, that's when your spider senses comes up. Like, or the moment that person cannot engage into the conversation the way that you can engage into a conversation about quantum leaping, that's your spider senses going, because what is going on now is what you have to begin to see is okay, is this person about what they say they're about? And if they are not, then I don't need to be fucking with this person. Okay? Now that seems harsh, right? But I promise you, it's not. That seems selfish. And I promise you, that's okay. Because what you need to understand is there's too many fakes and phonies. And when you have somebody coming at you that way, you need to understand that. Shall I give you an example? Because you know I have plenty. You don't compromise yourself. One second, y'all. Petty criminals in court locked up needed a public defender, but funding is short and Miko is running out of ways to convince public defenders to help. Desperate times call for different measures. Bribe the lawyer, stall the proceedings. Bribe the lawyer, I don't give a shit. Ooh. Don't fucking care. And so, why do you do this? Going back to it. Y'all know I'm playing The Sims while I'm talking to y'all. Why do you act like this? Why do you do this? Because I promise you the very moment that you sit there and you let one little thing get away, it's going to get worse every time. You need to understand what you are in front of, what kind of person you are in front of, what kind of person you are dealing with, and how you are going to do it. You need to understand that there's like all you have is yourself. And when you die, you're going to die alone. And it's just going to be you under that ground. All right? You're going to die alone. No matter what kids you got, friends, whatever. When you're in that fucking grave, you're going to be in that bitch alone. And so, therefore, what happens? Okay? Therefore, what happens? You have to live your life to the fullest, to yourself. You have to focus on you, what you want, what you need, your goals, your ambitions, and what makes you happy. And so, using the quantum leap example, that's just a little example. If that is what it is that you like, then it is what you like. You understand? And therefore, if you take interest in other people, you want them to be into it just as much as you are. And that's your prerogative. Don't have anybody take you away from what your direction is as far as what it is you like to talk about, who you are, and what you like. As an artist, I understand how hard it can be, right? And I notice that most artists, sometimes we tend to choose people who are a little bit more practical and grounded because that's what we need. We need that person to give us that grounded perception. We need that person to give us something that is a little bit more like, okay, put your feet to the floor and listen to what I have to say. Put your feet to the floor and listen to, and let's put our minds together on this. We need that. It's the reason why most artists have managers, because we do need somebody to be like, yo, get the fuck, you're scrolling too much. You're doom scrolling. Get back to work. You understand what I'm saying? These are the things that we need. And no matter how it goes, right? No matter how it goes, right? There's a thing where I have also learned and have come to learn that uh, people are really good at repeating things and listening and lying. People are really good at manipulating. And it's weird. It's very weird. I get it. But what I'm starting to see is that people have been programmed to be what they are and be the way that they are. Okay? Okay? And therefore being the way that they are is they're just systematically programmed to repeat what people say, nod their heads. You get what I'm saying? They're systematically programmed to be people that when you be like, oh yeah, when I was 18 this happened to me, they'd be like, oh, when I was 18 that happened to me too. And they don't really have their own internal self experiences. And I know that sounds crazy. I know that sounds insane. I fucking get why you would think that. I get it. I get why you would say that is just, what sense the fuck does that make? Okay? But that is the world that we live in. This is why I say you have people where you have a certain lifestyle and way, and you fucking, next thing you know, this person's in your face and you're looking at them like, what the fuck makes you think that I have any parts of what religion that you are a part of? What the fuck makes you think that? Bitch. Okay? I mean, I'm being for real. Like, you'll be looking at people like, are you fucking serious? Did like, okay, what made you approach me? What made you think that I was someone that, you understand, like, what made you think this? And some people, they be that goddamn clueless. Okay? They be that goddamn clueless. I also want to add something else about people. You know, people, when, hold on. Oh no. 1 second. Text message. Okay. What the hell? People. Let me get back to this. Understand this. The fact that people do not read, okay? The fact that people do not read, the fact that people uh do not choose in this country to educate themselves further, or they only educate themselves unless they're like going to school. That plays a part in the mindset of everybody here. See, living in the city, you can read a book and you can jump into a conversation with a stranger. And you can actually get into a very good conversation. But see, that's my vibration. I'm going to attract people like that. I'm going to attract people that are into that and that do that because that is the person that I am. But let's get into people who don't get to have that experience. Here's the thing about that, right? This is why people are being a little bit more mean. I'll explain. So we have a lot of bull. Oh shit. So we have a lot of people, right? Who, how do I say it? Um, who, let's get into the world of women who talk about gamer men and how chauvinistic they are and how they size them up in this, that, and the third, right? Let's get into how uh how do I say this? Uh let's get into how fucking um what's the word? What's the thing? What's the thing? Uh how people get into, women get into these back and forth with men and they don't understand why they're getting disrespected or questioned. I'll tell you fucking why. The reason is because people are just that damn deceitful and fucked up and just that goddamn lonely. Now, if somebody decide, hey, I just, this is just something I like to do to pass time, then that's fine. But you have people that actually sit around here and act as if, you know, this is their actual fucking lifestyle. You got people who act as if uh like they're about this life. And so people are gonna size you up. People are just naturally going to get sized up. And it is what it is. And it all sounds fucked up. I know it do. It sounds so fucked up, don't it? It's like, but but wait, I'm not like this, I'm not like this, I look the part, I this, I that. And that's the thing. And see, what happens is, when you get caught up with this shit, you can get fucked up. How do you get fucked up? Because you sit here and you get caught up with the rapture of everybody else's shit that don't have nothing to do with you. See, I had experience where I didn't want to do certain things anymore. I didn't want to wear my waist beads. I didn't want to damn near wear my hair natural anymore. I'm not putting no perm in my hair, but I damn near didn't want to do that anymore. Okay. I would be the type, there was so much stuff I was running away from in myself, but I had to learn in life that, hey, this is what happens when you get caught up with other people. This is what happens when you get to a point of yeah. Did you get what I'm saying? I'm on YouTube, y'all. I have to be transparent in how I talk. You got to understand, that's the poison, because YouTube is very, like, I still have to follow the rules. I'm still, I still want to come up here and talk sometime until I'm completely gone. All right. But that is the case of what's going on with all of this. That is the case to why all of this shit is happening the way that it is. And this is why I'm here to tell you guys to not take this shit personal. Because what's going to happen is, as myself, coming away from myself, avoiding certain things, you know, uh, not wanting to do certain things, and this, that, and the third. It didn't do nothing. It didn't do nothing but take me far away from who I am. It didn't do nothing but take me away from what my life spiritual path has always been. That's all it did. It didn't take me away from it, but it made me go to a place of, like, damn near just missing that part of myself. And the only reason why that happens is because of other fucking people, y'all. And you just can't let other people be the cause of taking you away from you. Okay? You can't be the reason. Like, you can't let other people. That's why I keep going to this navigating dumb people in life. This is why I have to bring it to you raw like this. Like, you need to know you are amongst very dumb people. You need to know that you are amongst people who are just, you get what I'm saying to you. That's what is going on. And these people who you have this thing with are these people that that you're just, if you're finding yourself to be frustrated, I want you to understand this, okay, wholeheartedly, when I tell you this. When you are 100% yourself, even when you are 100% yourself, I want you to know that you can still attract this shit. Okay? Even being 100% yourself, you can still attract fucking posers and liars and fucking scammers. You can still attract them. Being 100% yourself, you can still do that. Because we are in the world, we are living in a world where you have people that's like, well, I'll just wear this because oh, that makes people, that makes, the people that I like me too. So let me put this on. Oh, I'm jealous and envious of people who are gamers and stuff like that because they seem to have like the best relationship. I can't ever seem to find somebody that I want to be with. This all is what a part of what motivates people out here. How do I know this? Because I've taken the time to study human nature, and I keep studying human nature, and I pay attention to my own experience with people and why I've had these experiences with people, and this is what I see. TikTok has exposed that greatly. TikTok has exposed that one greatly. I'll never forget the chick who was sitting there and she had that ugly ass stupid dress on. Okay, I guess it's supposed to have been like a sundress. And she sat here, and I'm serious. And she sat there with that book. And she sat there with that book. And she was talking about how she was, okay, hold on. Oh shit. I hope y'all didn't hear that. God damn it. I hope y'all didn't. I think when I turn on the phone, I don't think y'all can hear me. I hope not. All right. So another thing, guys. Uh I think that what was I saying? Oh, okay. It brings me back to the chick in that ugly okay, in that sundress situation, and talk about how she trying to find her somebody. And was she was really serious about, you know what I'm saying? Like she was really serious about what she had said. Cause sometimes people, they can they say stuff and it's a joke and it's like ha 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 ha. But in her case, that wasn't the case. She was dead serious on what she had said. Okay. She was dead serious about wanting to find somebody for her. And that bothered me. It was a me and a friend. We were looking at that shit together. That shit bothered my motherfucking spirit. Okay. It was just like, I mean, seriously, it was just like, you know, like, bitch, really? You know what I'm saying? It was like, bitch, really? But that's the kind of people that you have out here. You, it's not the male doing it anymore. And see, that's the thing. That's why I'm so glad we're talking about the fem cell. We're talking about the pick me, because it's like, it's not so much about the male. It's people. It's not a gender thing so much anymore. It's people. And so therefore people will do people type shit. Everybody got these locks in their head. Ask these motherfuckers, why are they locking their hair? Really ask them. How many people gonna talk about the antennas and what the hair is and this, that, and the third? How many people gonna do it? Okay. How many people are going to talk about a book that they purchased on lock hair, or open up a book with artwork of people with locked hair? How many people going to go that far? You're lucky if you find someone who do. How many people? And we are so limited. This is why us who out here, who be in spaces like this, who talk about the things like this that we talk about, who read the books that we read, who took the time to take a master class online or whatever to learn writing or whatever the fuck we did. When we go out here in this world amongst people, we find that, damn, where are the people liking to me? But they are out there. They out there. Okay? All right? They're out there. But you got to energetically attract yourself. These people that are flying across seas to be with the kind of woman that they want to be with. Don't get it wrong. There's women doing the same shit. The men are not alone in this. Flying across seas to go be with a woman that they want to be with. They're still not going to get what they want, and we see that every time. We see it live on TV every time because those people are not checking in with their goddamn self. Those people are not really looking at, well, what who how do you get a woman that's so goddamn submissive, sir? How do you get that? How do you get a woman to be submissive and feminine and dainty towards you? You have to be a goddamn alpha male. Hello, sir. Are you an alpha male? Oh, okay. A lot of these dudes, okay, be sitting here and you be like, do you even know how to have a conversation with a woman? Do you even know how to have a conversation with a woman? You think I don't know that that guy has not been listening to my show and he knows that I'm poly? And I have talked about poly relationships even if the shows is no longer there. You think I don't know that? You think of course he gonna come up here, he poly, he got his three women and wives with, of course he got all that going on. Of course he got that going on. Because that was his way of trying to appeal to me. That's another thing. Don't be impressed by shit that people got. Like, oh, you like, oh yeah, like, oh yeah, I love color purple too. Who gives a fuck? I'm poly too. Okay. Don't be so impressed by those things. If someone says that this is what they do and this is what they about, you dig into them a lot more to really see what they do and what they really about. You really get into it and say, "Oh, okay, okay, got it. Let me scope you out. Let me observe. Let me see what are you about. What you claim that you so about. Let me see if your life or what you talk about is what it's about. That's how you do it. Because I'm here to tell you, and I'm going to keep telling you, the infiltration, the lies, the posers are very, very real. Okay. I'm here to tell you that these people, how do you feed this kid? I forgot. Let me go get a baby stand thingy. That there are people, I'm playing the sounds, I'm talking to y'all. I'm here to tell you that there are people that when I tell you they don't know themselves, they do not fucking know themselves. You wonder why? You ever ask yourself, well, why the fuck did that person say this? Or why the fuck did that person do this? Or what the fuck? Huh? You ever experienced that before? Like you ever had your experience where you're just like, and why is this person communicating with me? Why is this person talking to me? Okay. Does this person is this why is this super religious person in my face right now? Did they not catch on that I'm not? Do they not see what I have on right now? Like, because you do have people that they really do see people as they just do things for the sake of others. That's another thing. You got people who think people do things for the sake of others. They don't it, it's not their fault. I just want you to understand it's not their fault that they think this way. It's literally the same experience. It's the same experience. You get what I'm saying? And this is just listen, yo, living in a big city has its perks, everybody. Okay. And the perks of living in a big city is that you begin to see, right? You begin to see that these people in the city, especially, right, are has tremendous personalities. Oh no. Okay, personalities. Okay. And you get the good, the bad, the ugly, the terrible, the fucked up, the retarded. You get it all when you're from the city. And because of that, this is a part of why uh people like myself speak the way that I do about people. You know, everybody tends to come down on us that's from the big cities, right? And they tend to judge how we talk uh about things the way that we do. But understand that the real thing that is going on is we just know people. We just know people. The reality is, some of us actually take the time to be around people. Unfortunately, sometimes it's unfortunate to be around so many goddamn people, unless those are people as likened to yourself. It is nothing wrong with that. Okay. I, something else that's interesting, everybody. Um, these experiences are absolutely beautiful because with these experiences, it makes you step up yourself. Okay, it makes you say, you know what, this is me, this is a part of my lifestyle, this is who I am, and I'm going to make a step over here, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to continue to be me and do what I do, and I'm going to continue to be as smart as I am or whatever. And you're just going to get this compass, this GPS system in you, where you go outside and you begin to start mingling and meeting people, and you begin to realize that you have the proper discernment to say, oh, okay, this this is likened to who I am. And once you have that, that'll be the key to your happiness. And that'll be a key to you not being so goddamn stressed out anymore, or being so disappointed with people and things and situations. It's I mean, I know it all sounds dumb. I know it sounds dumb. It's like, just be yourself, right? Just learn yourself. Just, you know, if you want a relationship, read more relationship books, right? if you want to, I know it all sounds dumb, right? If you want a relationship, just read a relationship book. Understand relationships. Understand a relationship with yourself. Go listen to podcasts, and you know these people may be doing that, and they may just can't figure this shit the fuck out. Okay, they may just can't figure it the fuck out. Or they may not be able to comprehend the information to even figure anything out. Okay. And the thing is, it's just really, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is, because the thing is, you I mean, when I tell you, and I mean this from my heart, these people are, they just don't know. You know, and understand that you are on the frequency and energy that you're on for a reason. You are on the frequency and energy that you're on because, do you get what I'm saying here? I had a, and she kept saying, I don't want you to dox me. I don't want you to dox me. I don't want to show you my face. I don't want you to dox me. And I was just like, being the adult that I am, I was just like, didn't plan on doing anything like that, but okay, right? And so this is the, I Damn, I hope y'all heard me. Cause I was frozen for a minute. So you got people who they got this shit with them. You got people who, like I said, I was saying that there was somebody who, I had talked to offline. It was like, you're gonna dox me, you're gonna dox me, you don't want to show my face, you're gonna dox me. And I was saying, like, why the fuck would I do that? Why would I put the karma on myself of doxing somebody to fucking fuck around for them to just turn around and dox my entire family, including my own children? Why would I do that? You know why people feel that way? Why would I do that? 1 second. Monica's instructor program low fuel emergency and a broken thruster. Man, anyway. Hopefully she don't die. What happened? Performance loss. Next time, fix the thruster. I'm tired of helping y'all. Figure it out yourselves. Shit. So my fucking thing is, what happens is you have these people who have diarrhea of the mouth. You have these people who this they're just so fucked up. There's more people damaged and fucked up out here than we all can fuck than that's actually admitted out here. Girl, what are you doing? Please stop cleaning up and go party some damn way. I'm sick of you. Okay? You I mean, people, you got to understand, in this here country, America, people, I know I keep saying the word people. You're probably gonna get tired of the word people talking to me. But in this country of America, there's always going to be some disturbing shit going on. Okay? There's always going to be things that is going to upset you. In America, there are going to be more people that are going to upset you in America, because that's where we live at, y'all. Okay? That's where we live at, y'all. We live in America. And in this here country, and in this here place, you need to understand that there are just people who are just fucking stupid. Okay? You need to understand that there are people who do not, oh, I got to get ready. They do not pay attention to themselves. They don't know what it is to know themselves. Okay? They don't know what it is to know themselves. You got people in America who they, and I have to say this very strongly, they ooey, they're not the people who are looking at anything around them. They're not the people who are saying, well, because I did this, this, that, and this, why that. They don't understand karma that way. Astrology is here for a fucking reason. Okay? And there's a dark side to the zodiac sign of Libra. A very dark side. When did I have this money? I don't remember having this money. There's a very dark side to the zodiac sign of Libra. Okay? And the dark side to the zodiac sign of Libra is that how do I say it? Relationships. Okay? That's the very dark side of the zodiac sign Libra. Relationships. Hold on. That's an answer. Okay. And what about relationships with Libra? Libra have a tendency to always be relationship junkies. That's a fact. Libras have a tendency to always want to be in a fucking relationship. Sometimes relationships are Libra's major distraction as Libra. Libra is the zodiac sign of other people. So there's a dark side of Libra that can worry about other people and concern themselves with other people. And judgment, that's all Libra. Okay? Take this paper. Libra is I'm laughing, my bad. And we can go on and on and on. We can go into Cancer, which is all this is all the cardinal signs. We can go into Cancer, which is the family life, and that's relationships too, marriage and everything. We can go into Capricorn, which is the career life, which should come first, right? But the career life, maturity, seriousness, no emotions, no sympathy. That's the Capricorn, right? Energy. We can go into that. And we can go into Aries, which is the trailblazer. You know, Aries is the trailblazer and everything. We can go all into the zodiac with all of this stuff with people. And even with those cardinal signs, okay, even with those cardinal signs, you are still going to find, and I mean this, you're still going to still find the truth. About human nature. That's why he said the 12 laws of human nature. That was no accident that that man said 12 laws of human nature. Okay. That was no accident that he said, you know, here's just the human nature of everybody. And he did 12 in his 12 zodiac signs. There's no coincidence in that. I'll tell you this though. I'll tell you this. Another thing about all of this stuff that I'm telling you is that I can't go into the why. Maybe I have already, but I can't go into the why. All right. And the thing is, I can't go into the why because what I see is what I want you to do is just pay more attention to yourself and what you have going on and how to wean away the posers and the phonies and the frauds in your life. That's all I want you to do. That's the only thing that's important. Observe, analyze, discernment. I didn't just make it up when I said that most people who I see that are talking about celebrities and celebrities' lives and all this kind of stuff, and they have to talk about the worst shit like the Diddy's and all of that, they are jealous of these celebrities. They don't understand art. They don't understand archetypes. They don't understand how any of this shit works. None of them do. Most of the time, they're low key people who wish that they can go out here and be in the music world, but they don't got the heart to do it because of what other people. Because I can observe that. I'm not just making that up. When I talked about celebrities and shit, I talked about goddamn zodiac signs. I actually been around celebrities as a child, as a teen. The celebrity life is not nothing but natural for me growing up, having family in the industry. And that's nothing I talk about. See, that's the thing. People who really be in the industry with people and do things like that, we don't really talk about that stuff. Honestly, we never really talk about that stuff. You really want to get technical. Hmm. Another thing, some people just horny and they just want somebody to fuck and use. Huh, play The Sims and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. They just want somebody to pop Molly with, drink, and fuck and have a good fucking time. And you just happen to be that victim. They just want you to be that. That's another thing. It's that simple. That's no gender included with that too. Something creeps me out about people who want to fuck online. Something creeps me out very bad about people who just want to meet and fuck online. Like they creep me out. Okay. Something about just doing that is like, ugh, nasty. Germs, HIV, AIDS, disgusting, STD. All of that screams that to me. Don't understand people like that. I've always been leery of people. Even as a young age, I was leery about people who can go online and fuck like that. I mean, I feel like this, and this is just grown and sexy tips right here. If you have a sex life like that, I would suggest get into the kink world scene, get into the scene of swingers, get into the scene of people who do that. And I'm going to tell you why. When you get into the scene of people who do that, safe sex is practiced, consent is practiced, and you can put yourself in a safer environment. There won't be extreme alcohol consumption, if at all, and it's very grown and sexy. Okay? It's not, I mean, anywhere can be dangerous, but if you're with the right kink circle group of people who are not just a bunch of creeps, but people who just want sexual, grown and sexy sexual pleasure, I suggest if you fuck like that to go into that scene. I would not, I would, it's completely dangerous for you to be online doing that. People catfish like a motherfucker. I mean, it's okay if you want to get on cam and you want to watch somebody, play with whatever, play with themselves, whatever you are entertained by. That's safe sex. That's very safe sex. Okay. That's very safe sex. Very safe. I will also say, uh, how do I say this? um, there's a lot of books out there. There's a lot of lectures out there. There's a lot of spaces out there. There's a lot of things that you can get on your own to learn whatever it is that you need to learn by yourself. And even if you decide to go into a group, that shit I went through with the coven was some slow ass shit. That was some slow shit. When I sat back and thought about it, I don't even get mad about it. I say that was some slow shit. It was confirmation why certain people, places, body type, phenotypes, energy types, dressing types, I just absolutely do not fuck with. I mean, seriously. I realize what kind of people are an absolute waste of time. I can look at somebody and tell who the fuck is a waste of my time. I follow my intuition a lot more. A lot more. No one gets to slip and slide with me. That started developing in my mid 30s and on, but my Achilles heel was when somebody was my friend. That was my Achilles heel. When somebody was just a friend and I would just be like, this is how they are. And then it just got eventually, I just got tired of it all. You have to be able to have an eye to know when something is doomed from the start. Okay? When it is doomed from the start. You have to be able to identify when something is no longer worthy of your time. And who is not worthy of your time, and who is not worthy of you. And it takes, unfortunately, sometimes it takes having situations to happen to you for you to go more into who you are. It takes steps of healing and recognizing your own patterns to know who you are. To say, no more of this. No more of this. No more of that. I'm not falling into this or that either. That's what it takes for those steps of healing. And I'm not going off and, if you think this is a soapbox, that's your business. But these things have to be said for you to understand why you're walking outside and you're dealing with people and you're at work and you're not understanding why people who are supposed to be in top positions, your superiors as it's called, are doing dumb shit. I am here to tell you that the world of work is not supposed to be smart. You are supposed to be smart for yourself. You are supposed to apply intelligence and smartness for yourself. You are supposed to do your own self unfoldment. That's what I'm telling you. There are going to constantly be dumb people. There are people who have been dumbed down and they have allowed it and they keep it that way. And there are people like us who did not allow ourselves to be dumbed down because the people around us did not allow us to be dumb. I had a very rude awakening just yesterday. I should have wrote it down, the rude awakening. Let me write that down on my calendar. I had a very rude awakening. And I was talking about it yesterday to my partner. And I was like going through my life, right? And I was like, nah, okay? I don't deserve this. I don't deserve this. I didn't deserve any of what I went through. I didn't deserve the treatment that I got. I didn't deserve the disrespect. I didn't deserve to be unloved. And I kept going on about all these things that I did not deserve. And in that very moment in my life, I began to let go of something. And I said, this is what's holding me back right here. This is the thing that's been fucking me up and been holding me back. And the reason I've been going through this, and I'm talking to my partner, and the reason I feel that you don't like me, the reason I feel that nobody likes me, the reason I always feel I'm not enough is because of this experience over here. This is what made me feel this way. And that was my awakening. And so I said, this has to be cut off in my life because it's not healthy for me. It's toxic. It's fucked up. And I had to face the fact that it's fucked up. You know how I did that? I broke through the material things, the shallow things. No wonder I keep attracting women, people who have it all, but they're jealous of me. Why do I keep attracting this and I keep attracting this and I keep attracting all of this? And I realized because this is the person who started with being jealous of me. Okay? Okay? This is the very thing that I started to recognize. And that is where a lot of things started breaking for me in my life. I stopped feeling, some type of way about not wanting to be around certain people, not wanting to talk to certain people, not feeling, not living my life to myself and doing a lot of self sabotaging. So it was that one thing that I began to see that was triggered in my life that caused it all. And you know what it was? I had asked myself, how the fuck did I end up being with a person like this in my life, and a person like this, and a person like this? And I'm off my meds. I got off the antidepressants. I've been off of it for a year, if not more. And so all of these things begin to take form for me. Okay? All of these things begin to be a thing for me where I begin to realize and come to see that, oh shit, oh shit. It's like I did my own therapy. I did my own, and it was funny because I had saw a book that said, do your own therapy. And I put it on my list of books that I'm going to listen to. And it was like, it seemed like it was just a message. Do your own therapy. And that was me doing my own therapy in that moment. Okay? That was me sitting back and realizing, oh shit. Wow. And so I didn't feel guilty anymore. I didn't feel the guilt anymore for saying, you gotta go. Okay? I didn't feel the guilt anymore for feeling like I gotta cut these people off. I didn't feel that guilt anymore. Okay? But that's my own life, and that's what I did with my own life. So imagine everybody else out here who may have the same experience as mine, if not even worse. And they have to walk around here in this world and they're not self reflecting and they don't see it or even recognize it. Could you imagine the constant patterns that everybody will be going through out here because of not recognizing this? Could you imagine? Could you imagine um, being in a position and not realizing why you sit around and just do what you're told or just because of your abuse? Okay? Because of your own abuse is the reason why you are the way that you are, or these people I'm talking about are the way that they are because of the fact of something with their parents, with something in their past. It doesn't have to be the parents, but just something in their past. Okay? And they're not handling that. Okay? They're just not handling that. So could you imagine? And so now this person, you wondering why are you approaching me? And you a whole fucking Christian. And you see that I'm heavy metal gothic and I don't believe in none of that shit you talking about. Okay. I don't give a fuck about none of it. And I never will. Okay. Why are you approaching me? Because that same person may have their ideologies. That same person, that you may be something that they wish that they can be, but in this moment they're being close to it to be it. They don't know how to because they never knew how to be themselves. This is what I need you to understand. Or why is it I like this person and I really like them and I'm really showing them that I like them, but they're running away from me? Why are they doing this to me? Because again, they might have an experience in their life where they feel like they were not good enough because who they were around, they weren't like them. And so they keep trying to be around the people who are not like them instead of being themselves. All of these things connect people. So now you're going to say, well, damn, that sounds a little bit deeper, Minty. Like you don't. Now you sound like you have compassion. It don't sound like you saying they so dumb. I didn't say that people are not dumb. I'm not going away from the dumb conversation. I'm really not. I'm really not. I'm just making a point for you to understand what has caused the dumbness in a lot of people. And some people are just dumb. Okay? All right? It's not, it's just, but this is why I keep telling you, you need to focus on you. And this is why you need to look at yourself and just sharpen up your algorithm, sharpen up your energy, sharpen up the things that in the way in which you live your life. I just want you to sharpen it up. Even that job that you got, okay? Even that job that you got is a reflection of something with yourself. Oh shit, I got a call. Oh shit. My phone take forever to pick up. Hold on. Okay, hello. Okay, I gotta. So it automatically mutes me, which is awesome. Okay. And so, as I was saying, because I gotta get ready to get up out of here. All right. I think that what I need everybody to fully understand. Jackie, y'all. Life is to be lived for you. Okay. And this is why, for me, I sit here and I look at a lot of things and people, and I talk about a lot of things, and I write, and I do a lot. You know, I feel like I need to do more. I feel like I don't do enough of it. I feel like I don't write enough. I feel like I need to do all this stuff a lot more. Right? And it's like, why does it stop? Why do we attract people who get in the way in our lives? Because it started with somebody before we got into adulthood. Come on, pause. Hopefully, don't keep going while I'm going. Pause. It started with somebody in adulthood. Let me go. Yeah, I gotta go. Do I need to get that with me? No, I'm good.